We are here with Mike Steckel at the BASS Western Regionals for our Nevada team. Mike, tell us a little bit about how you started fishing and how you got into tournament fishing.
Well, it is a very lengthy story, but from the time I was 5 years old, I lived with my grandparents during the summers in Montana, and they were both avid fishermen. They took me everywhere. We'd fish brook trout in the streams, we'd bass fish, we'd salmon fish. We did any kind of fishing you could think of that was within 100 miles. And then when I moved to Vegas, we had Lake Mead before the stripers. I caught my first largemouth at Mead when I was 11 years old, a 5-pound largemouth on my first fishing off the Hemingway Islands.
Off a water dog?
Nope, it was a little lead-headed, just a straight cream worm.
Okay. So when did you start tournament fishing?
Well, I got into the Nevada Striper Club with Cody. We started doing the striper tournaments. There was one every month, and we had a great time doing it. They were real family-oriented. We did really well in those tournaments, and Cody and I had such an awesome time doing those. And then he decided he wanted to try bass fishing, and he did it a co-angler, and he absolutely fell in love with it. Said, "Dad, this is where we need to go. We got to get a boat." And then I jumped in as a co-angler, and here we are.
And what year was that?
Oh, jeez, that was 4 years ago. I
Okay.
believe.
So you guys have made great
So-
progress in 4 years.
Yes, we have pretty much wore out one boat and started wearing on another. So
That's fantastic. Making the Nevada State team is no easy task. What was the highlight of your year this year, do you think?
probably had to be the first tournament. We fished Lake Alamo down in Arizona. It was a lake we hadn't been to. I took the kids there when they were 4 or 5 years old. We just crappie fished. Cody did catch one big bass on a spinnerbait, but it was struggled. 2 days we didn't hardly have a quality fish, and with about 30 minutes to go before the day before the tournament, we got onto a little bite where we had decided that a Ned rig in that dirty water, just bouncing it uphill on those rocks, was the ticket. And he won that tournament, and I think I came in 4th or 5th, but I lost a monster fish with 30 minutes to go. But that just fueled the fire for the rest of them.
That's fantastic. What are your favorite fishing companies, or do you tend to lean towards anything in particular?
I'm not real particular, but I do like Phoenix rods and Shimano reels. I'm really fond of those, but I really haven't dabbled in a lot of these other ones. I've used a couple loos that I really like, and their pricing in loos is way better than Shimano. And I've got, I think, 4 loos now, and I really like them. I might start leaning that way just because of the price of the Shimanos.
Well, you do know I love my loos.
I didn't even know that till I saw your hat. But
Okay, here's the real big question at the end of the rainbow. What would it mean for you to qualify and fish in the Bassmaster Classic?
I can't even comprehend that, because it seems like it was an unattainable goal. I mean, it's something that you figured you had to be a pro for years and years, that it just wasn't attainable or even thought about.
And of course, here at the Nation, we're at the regionals. Someone's going to go to the nationals from our Nevada State team, and we've had 2 people qualify for the Classic. So it's really obtainable.
It is. When you think of it, there's 10 guys that you have to beat. And that's not that big of it. It's not like a 250 boat tournament. You have to come in first and the 10th, and then you're only fishing against like 50 guys, plus some international. So there's probably 60 boats. It's not a 250 or a 400 boat tournament, and you have to come in the top 3 of that derby to advance to the Classic or the Elites. So it is so doable, and it's, like I said, it's almost uncomprehensible that you could do that in such a short period, 2 tournaments. So it's something I've never really even thought about, but now that we're here, I'm going, man, it's this close.
It really is. It's got to give you goosebumps just, to really think about it.
It does.
And this question is really designated for you and Cody. What are your plans for next year?
Well, next year we are going to do the 9 opens, and Cody's going to do them as the pro. I'm going to be his travel partner, and I'm going to do probably most of them as a co. I'm going to start out doing the co-angler and see how it rolls. If I'm doing good, I'll continue all 9. But it's a big travel year for us next year.
So this almost chokes me up to ask you, but you guys are so close, you spend so much time, and this is going to be a landmark event for you guys. What does it mean as a father to propel your son Cody to watch him compete at the highest level next year?
He has made so much improvement in the 4 or 5 short years that he's been doing this, and he just has that knack for figuring fish out. He just, I mean, at Clear Lake once, we're going down the lake, we're late for dinner. We had an Airbnb, the wife was cooking dinner. She said be there at 5 sharp for dinner, and we're running down the lake trying to get there. We're already 5 minutes late, and he looks over and goes, "Oh, Dad, we got to try that." We zip in there, and every cast, 5 to 6 pounder. It was unbelievable. The tournament was won there by the Grovers. They camped out on that spot. Cody was a co-angler, but we had his boat there.
Okay.
So he was a co-angler and didn't get to fish that spot, but 2 guys that we housed with did. They both cut checks, and he's been like that the whole time. Even in the Striper Club, he would say, "Hey, let's go out and try a deep bite," and sure enough, it would work. He's had a knack. He's been fishy his whole life, and I just love following him around and learning off of him.
That's fantastic, and of course, these young guys, they really understand the electronics, and they can really take advantage of it.
They do.
Mike, thank you so much for your time. Beautiful here at Lake Powell.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Just
And,
a gorgeous sight.
Good luck on Wednesday, and hope you come in with a big bag and put a little pressure on Cody.
I am not going to make it easy on him. This is he's got a lot more chances than I do, so
Oh, absolutely.
I am not going to go down without a fight. So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sure appreciate your time.
Thank you.